Hey everyone, Magnus here, and in today's video I want to show you guys how much I made from 1 million streams on Spotify and how I managed to get 1 million streams on Spotify. Now before we go into the actual numbers, I want to talk about a few things that helped me get those million streams. So there were a few things that I did this year to improve my Spotify stats. To name a few, I joined what's called Discord. It's basically an app that you can have on your phone or your computer. In a way, it's maybe similar to Facebook, but not really. Basically, it's a community of people that join a channel and where you can chat to each other, both individually and in general. A lot of independent record labels and actually playlisters have Discord channels. So if you're into a genre, let's say for example like I'm into lo-fi beats, I've discovered a lot of independent labels that have a community on Discord. So over there you get to meet a lot of people that are doing the same thing you are, bunch of good tips, you can even get album covers, you can do collabs, you can submit to the label through Discord, or you can submit to their playlist. So another thing is Instagram. I know this has been talked about a millions of times, but I have to talk about it anyways. The way I approach it is that I contact people and follow people that are within the lo-fi genre. So what happens is, once I've followed maybe let's say 100, 200 people within the lo-fi genre, let's say I follow someone and they look at my Instagram profile and they see we have like 50, 60, maybe 100 mutual friends from the lo-fi community. They might possibly look at your profile, check out your music, and become friends with you or follow back and become an acquaintance for the future. So another thing I did is that I submitted my music to endless of playlisters, both bunch of free ones and bunch of paid ones. Which brings me to this website called Ko-Fi. Some people are against the website because it's been known to do some sort of payola, meaning that you pay some amount of money and the playlister automatically puts your song on the playlist. Stay away from those, do your research before you submit your music, because the worst possible thing you can do is ruin your algorithm on your Spotify profile. So stay away from those. Just be careful who you're submitting to, but don't be afraid to submit your music there, because there's a bunch of legit playlisters there. Now let's look at DistroKid and see how much we got paid for the million streams. If we browse through those numbers over here, we'll see that I got 2,231 roughly for the million streams. If we divide that by a million, we'll get roughly about 22 cents. Some might argue that only getting 22 cents per song is really little. However, in my opinion, I think it's really fair, because all of those releases are independent releases that I pretty much did everything by myself. So I didn't have to spend any money on that except for my time. And if it wasn't for Spotify, I probably wouldn't be making any music and money at all. So in my opinion, I think it's pretty fair. I understand that a million streams sounds at least to me, it sounds like a lot, and only getting 2,000 something dollars might not be a lot, but for me, I think it's pretty good and it's helpful and it makes me want to create more music. So if you can keep those numbers up, you can actually make a decent amount out of the streams. Now if you look at the next page, we'll see that I have around 1.5 million streams in the last year, which brings me to a total of $3,762. That's the total income that I have in the last year from all of my streams on Spotify. Like I said before, I think it's pretty fair that I'm getting paid this amount from Spotify. I know it's not a lot, but at least it keeps me going and trying to get more streams in. And the last thing that's worked really well for me is growing my Spotify playlists. I have 3 playlists that are curated where I have Facebook ads on them on daily basis. I get bunch of submissions that are paid for, so I get paid to review songs and possibly add them to my playlists. I'm also on websites like daily playlists where you get sent free submissions and instead they'll follow your playlist and hopefully listen to it. Which also I wanted to recommend that you can join daily playlist if you have 100 followers on your playlist, and then people will send you their submissions. It'll be for free, you won't get paid for it, but you'll get followers and possibly some listeners. If you can afford it, I suggest having at least one playlist that's somewhat active. So if you know any people within the same genre as you can swap music on your playlist, and it can become a leverage for your music. Anyway, there we have some tactics that I've used in the past year to improve my stats on Spotify and also become a member of different communities within the genre that I'm releasing in. If any of this was helpful, I'd really appreciate hitting the subscribe button and liking this video. Until next time, peace out.